everybody, my name is Chris and this will be my review for the new Hunger Games movie, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snake. Now, I have seen all the Hunger Games films and I haven't read any of the books. Now, my favorite of all the films is Catching Fire. Now, the other films I thought they were okay, but I think they never recaptured the magic of Catching Fire. Now, I was curious when they announced they were making this film and they was going to be a prequel. I was like, a prequel really? But after seeing the film, and I really liked the film, and it was great to visit the Hunger Games. There's so much great stuff here, and the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes just become my second favorite Hunger Games film. Now, I think because it has a lot of those elements of Catching Fire that I really love about that film. Now, this film also took an interesting approach with the story because Rachel Zegler's Lucy Gray is not the lead character of this film. The lead character is Colin Norris Snow, played by Tom Blyth. So it's an interesting switch for this franchise and the Hunger Games movie to change it from a female character perspective to a male character perspective. But I think it was the right choice because it feels refreshing to the franchise, and Tom Blyth does a great job with the character. Also, Snow very much representing like the 1%. And I'm curious how people who go and see the films, who like the previous Hunger Games movie and are fans of the franchise, will feel about that, because up to like this point, those previous films was focusing on the 99%. And here, like, because you are supposed to be like cheer for him to Snow to some degree, and I'm interested in how people will react to that. So I'm very curious about that element put in the film. Now, going into this film, I was like, is there any point to this prequel story? Well, the prequel ends up being like a great idea because it turns us back to the heyday of the Hunger Games with the glamorous of the capital and the Hunger Games themselves back in full swing. The original setup for the franchise, they kind of got away from it, is because they had like a rebellion, and you know, the franchise, I think it kind of lost its focus a little bit. The districts are okay, but obviously it's always been like the pomp and circumstance of the capital, which has made the Hunger Games franchise distinct, and those elements are extremely well done here. Now, I love it, and I do love being in this world of the Hunger Games. Now, as for the runtime of this film, it's like 2 hours and 45 minutes. And the movie never dragged, at least for me, especially because I think the film had like a lot of ground to cover. So I think the movie does move along quite nicely. I think the movie is well paced in that regard. Now, moving on to Rachel Zegler, she's very good here, but I feel like she didn't like quite connect to the 99%, like the way Jennifer Lawrence, Katniss Everdeen did. But as the movie went along and I became more used to like her creative choices, and she did a really nice job. Now, as for the songs, they're not like a big production numbers, and she's very much singing. Now, she has a beautiful voice, and I think she did a really good job with the sound, but I didn't really like care all that much for the sounds. Now, I think think that she really like heard the film. I think she really did a really good job. Now we'll see if this maybe really elevates her to another level, like the way the Hunger Games franchise did with Jennifer Lawrence's career. Now, but Viola Davis is in this film, and she's actually the best thing in it. So good, even better than the Tom Blyth. Now they are a good combo. She's good. Her villainous performance is delicious. It's over the top. It was a corner. Just her costume, her makeup, and her performance. She's exactly what the Hunger Games is, and she brings like this vital flair to the movie that Elizabeth Banks and Stanley Tucci brought to the original films. Now, sure, Jason Schwartzman is in this film, also playing like a Stanley Tucci's, aka Season Fleckerman. I think it's his father, right? I think that is who's supposed to be. And let me tell you that the resemblance here is uncanny. That is just great casting. But Schwartzman, while excellent in his role here, his role is substantially more muted than Tucci's. So I think that Viola Davis was like the real special ingredient in this film. And as for Peter Dinklage, I did think that he was not good in this film. Like he provided like no depth to this character, and I felt like it was a flat performance. His character is supposed to be annoying, but I was like, he's just like angry walking throughout the film, and like didn't really connect with his character. Now, as for the snows, they really come across like, and this occurred me to watching the film, like the Targaryens from Game of Thrones, and Tom Blyth certainly cast like a she sympathetic figure. Now, especially like in the first half of the movie with his soft platinum curse and elaborate outfits, I think that most people like don't really know who Tom Blyth is, but I think people who go and see this film after seeing the film will come out like fans of him, and I think this could really help his career. I think I can see him like really level up the way the Hunger Games film did with Jennifer Lawrence. And Hunter Schafer from Euphoria really stands out here. I think she's Colonia's cousin, Tiger Snow, even though her role is on the small side, but whenever she's on screen, she grabs your attention. And she's not a small actress, she's big and she's very great in this film. And her character is very important, like going forward. So I think that this was an excellent casting here because, like, she didn't have like this much big of a role, but she makes every second and her line delivery and her performance count and bigger. And that's where a fantastic actress or actor will do. Now, George Andres Rivera from West Side Story, I think he was not good here. I didn't really like his performance or his character. His character to me feel like totally unrealistic, and therefore hard to like sympathize with. I never understood why Colonius was his friend to begin with. I was like, this guy is like a walking liability. Now I don't know how the character comes across in the book, so I don't know if that is fault of the character from the beginning or the screenplay that messed him up. but I think they didn't care for like the didn't connect with the character or his performance. Now, behind the camera, director Francis Lawrence is back, and having directed like three of the original Hunger Games movie, Lawrence does give this film, just as he did with Catching Fire, at least an epic romantic like historical quality. Even though this is fictional, it seems like very rooted in real life commentary. And when it comes to the actions, let me just say that there's one 360 shot, you know what you see, which is pretty incredible. I was like, beautiful, Lawrence, this is just excellent. And now if they continue like to make more of these Hunger Games movie, I think it will be a great idea to have different director take a take on this franchise, bring like new ideas, and also take a little bit of a risk here. I think that really helped for some time the Harry Potter franchise, and I think other franchise, of course, and just bringing the right person for this franchise. Now, I think this is a great movie to watch on a premium screen. I would say like IMAX or Dolby. I think watching it on a premium screen, you get like the best experience on it. I mean, it's an epic movie. It feels epic. You have like the big set, the production design is incredible, the costume design, and the action here is very engaging. It really keeps you on your scene. It's very entertaining, and the film is like really beautiful to watch. The shots here are really incredible, that I really enjoy. And I came into this film like not really all that excited like to really see it, and I end up really liking it a lot. Like this was a great time. This was a great film, and like I said, it's my second favorite after Catching Fire. So it's really up there, but I think Catching Fire has the edge. But it's a great film, and like I said, it's a long movie, but for me, it didn't feel that long. Like it's really well paced, and also the Hunger Games took launch of the runtime also, which is good. I think it's really well balanced in that regard, because you know, leading up to that setup, I think it's just great. So that's my review for The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snake. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, consider subscribing to the channel, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.